answer, so.
What's up, everybody? Today is going to be something a little bit different. We find ourselves in Glacier National Park with Mike from Drive the Globe, and we're going to do a little motor vlog as we ride our KTM 390 adventures through Glacier National Park. Mike is being the tour guide, and we're going to show you some of the best spots that we found along the road. All right, so to start the day, we headed out of Kalispell, where we were staying for the week, headed to Columbia Falls, and then over to West Glacier entrance. But before we went into the park, we stopped at a local gas station, topped up. It was going to be a big day on the bikes, and got a little bit of coffee. The nice thing about that gas station is it's right outside the entrance to West Glacier. Mike had been here many times, so he's taken the lead, showing us around. We actually avoid national parks typically, so we had to stop, get our national parks pass, and we went ahead and got the yearly one, so we're good to go for any of the parks going forward later this year. So you can see right there, we're just entering the park or getting into Glacier. When we checked in, everyone was super friendly, and honestly, we went on a Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning, and it wasn't that crowded. I think we're on that shoulder season, so we kind of lucked out and didn't hit a lot of traffic. In addition to the National Parks Pass to get in, if you're planning to take the Going to the Sun Road like we were, you have to call the day before at 7 p.m. They release about 1,400 tickets, and it's $2, first come, first serve. That reserves your spot, and you're good to go. Right, as I mentioned, Mike is a regular here, so he did a great job of giving us all the info and details over communications. And this drive starts with this very scenic view of Lake McDonald. As you may be able to tell, all the pull-offs and parks and trailheads tended to be very crowded, but the roads weren't that bad. So we stopped when we saw opportunity and it wasn't too crowded. And this actually brings us to our first stop in the park. We ended up stopping at the Sacred Dancing Cascade to take a little look around and do influencer things.
Oh, wow. Grizzly bear. No. No people's here. I like it. All right, so we're starting our adventure in Glacier National Park. This is Dee and I's first time here. Michael, or Mike from Drive the Globe, has been here many a time, so he's giving us a tour.
So you might have caught Mike being a little funny, talking about grizzly bears. Don't forget to bring your bear spray. This is bear country, so we all had some bear spray on us and on our bikes. Always a good thing to have when you're going to Glacier or Yellowstone. So speaking of wildlife, Glacier National Park is a sanctuary for many wildlife species, including grizzly bears, mountain goats, and wolverines. It's one of the few places where all of the large mammal species native to the Rockies still thrive. The Going to the Sun Road is a iconic 50-mile road which is a National Historic Landmark. It cuts through the heart of the national park, offering breathtaking views of the park's glacially carved valleys and peaks. All right, we just passed through the West Tunnel and we're about to take a U-turn at the Loop. Once you turn around on this really tight hairpin, then you really get those big majestic views of the mountains and you see just how rugged this environment really is. So on the way to the top on this ride, we actually stopped at quite a few different pull-offs. Ultimately, our goal is down to get to Lake St. Mary, or St. Mary Lake. Those waterfalls you see up in the distance are part of Haystack Creek. It's just the tip of the iceberg, if you will. There's a lot of great pull-offs and overlooks that we're going to be checking out here shortly. Glacier National Park spans more than 1 million acres with rugged mountains, over 130 named lakes, and abundant wildlife, making it a paradise for adventure seekers, just like us. This pull-off was one of my favorite views, and it's called Big Bend. You can't miss it. There's lots of parking and definitely worth the stop. So we're riding our 2022 KTM 390 Adventure. We're riding it tandem, so both D and I. And honestly, we're pretty impressed with the ride quality of this bike. It's a little underpowered when you're riding tandem, but honestly, we did a lot of trails. We did obviously high elevation riding, and it just worked, which is one of the things we absolutely love about it. So as we get to the top of the Go Into the Sun Road, it's a good time to mention that the park is home to the Continental Divide, a natural boundary where water flows either to the Pacific Ocean or the Atlantic Ocean, offering stunning views from mountain passes like Logan Pass. All right, and with that, we're going through the East Tunnel, which means we're almost to our destination, St. Mary Lake.
Mike wants to go hiking, but as we started looking at the trails, we realized most of them are pretty long. So we found one that was up to his standards.
Yeah.
What are we doing, Mike?
We're gonna do a hiking trail, but it's less than 0.2 miles.
0.2 miles. I think we can handle that.
Well, we're gonna find out. My question is, does it go up or down? Oh, it's a loop then.
Sun Point Nature Trail, a little lollipop.
I don't see anything that says 0.2 on it. I think it's up that way.
It's the other thing.
I think it's that way.
Let me see this one. But that doesn't, I don't think that's it either.
Yeah, because it says it's called a lookout trail, so I feel like if you walk to the top, it's gonna be a lookout.
Funny enough, I don't think any of us knew where we were going, but ultimately it ended up working out pretty good.
I think it's gonna be a lookout.
Yeah. What do you think, Deidre?
I don't know. First it was promising.
I got an international phone call coming in. Can I take a break? Hello, Paris?
I don't even, we could say it's because we're at high altitude, because I think we're only at like 3,000 feet, which is nothing. You can see the water.
There. There's those people up there. There's a lookout.
That way.
We went the wrong way or something. Whoa, those aren't.
No, you don't want those. Red means dead.
St. Mary Lake is the second largest lake in the national park. It sits at an elevation of 4,484 feet, offering stunning alpine scenery. The tiny Wild Goose Island located in the lake is one of the most photographed spots in the park.
This is nice.
I forget what that was called. There used to be a road, something on the other side too.
Coming off the trail, we got to see these iconic red jammers or white buses. These buses have been transporting visitors around Glacier since the 1930s. These vintage open-top buses were originally built by the White Motor Company and were named after the sound the drivers make when jamming the gears while driving up the steep mountain roads. If it's your first time visiting Glacier, that is a great way to get around. Definitely worth checking out the tours.
Well, somehow I was doing it while we were just turning. Issues.
Okay, ready? All right, here we go.
We're working our way back, we stopped at the Jackson Glacier Overlook. This is one of the best glacier overlooks you could find from the Going to the Sun road. And speaking of glaciers, while the park once boasted 150 glaciers, today only 25 remain due to climate change. These ancient ice formations give the park its name and offer a glimpse into the Earth's glacial history. There's a lot of water features just spread all over the place. I couldn't actually give you the name of this one, but it's before we make it up to the summit again, coming back from Lake St. Mary or St. Mary Lake. Definitely pretty cool, and we enjoyed stopping to stretch the legs a little bit. Now we're making our way through the East Tunnel and headed up to Logan Pass, and then we're going to start working our way back down the west side and off to lunch. So you'll see here we're actually doing some wardrobe issues, if you will, but I will have to say one of the best ways to explore this park and all national parks is on a motorbike. You have the wind blowing on your face, you feel the temperature changes, you feel the mist of the water features. There really isn't anything like this. When you're in a car, it's almost like you're watching the view out of a window or on a TV screen. When you're on the back of a bike, you're fully immersed, and it really is one of the best ways to experience nature.
All the time, 'cause all I do is love you. I can't get enough of you. Swear that I would follow anywhere you go. 'Cause I can't be without you. Baby, I would fight for you.
Well, we made it back. We passed Lake McDonald, and instead of taking a left here to go back to the West Glacier entrance, we're actually going to stay on Comus Road going forward, and we're going to start working our way over to Polebridge. That's where we're doing lunch, and we were definitely in for a treat.
I see you.
Working our way to Polebridge. Once we got out of the park, it was basically dirt road, which was kind of interesting. This was our first time riding tandem on dirt roads, and we had to stop and tighten the preload on the rear spring.
I see you.
So once we got to Polebridge, we stopped at Home Ranch Bottoms and had lunch. They had some really good burgers, good little bakery, and a little saloon. Polebridge is pretty interesting because it has limited access. It's only accessible via rough, unpaved roads, adding to its charm and remote appeal. The town is closed off during the winter due to heavy snowfall, which isolates it even further. So Polebridge is pretty famous for the Polebridge Mercantile. This historic mercantile was established in 1914. It's the heart of the community. It's famous for its freshly baked goods, especially the huckleberry bear claws, which we had more than a few.
All right, Mike, where are we at?
We're at the Polebridge Mercantile, my hometown. You got ice cream, you got Doritos, you got juice.
All right, so as you probably saw, we're ending the day in Polebridge, picking up some huckleberry bear claws. Mike has not stopped talking about these, so we got 6 of them. Looking forward to having these for dessert, and we're gonna call it a night. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It was something a little different. Let me know if you'd like to see more of that. We just got the new KTM, so it's new to us. We're gonna be riding it a ton, modifying it as well. If you want to see more content around the KTM, let us know, and we're gonna go hit the saloon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one.